Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Robsta, an artist from Ontario, Canada. This week I'm trying something a little bit out of my comfort zone, but something that has a pretty cool story to it, I think. Last Christmas I was exchanging gifts with my friend from Vegas, and I thought on what I was going to give him, what I was going to get him for a really long time. I was trying to thrift some cool stuff, but I wasn't finding anything that I liked. And he always gives me really cool stuff and cool treats from the States. So one of the treats that he's given me before were these circus animals. They're like animal crackers dipped in frosting with sprinkles. I'll show a picture of them right here. I remember when he sent me a bunch of candies and treats and stuff to try. This was one of them. And a lot of his friends were like, why did you send those? Those are a horrible representation of American treats. And he's like, I love them. They're like so nostalgic. And they're pretty crap. Don't come at me, but they're really sugary treats. There's nothing wrong with them. I'd definitely eat a whole bag of them if he sent them. But the funny connection between them and how he liked them, I thought that was really fun. And I saw a really cool Instagram artist post. She also has a YouTube. I'll tag it below. Her name is Karen Joy. She made these really cool circus animal pillows with little pom poms and the different colors, and I thought that's a really cool idea. But I wanted to do it a little bit different. I wanted them to be a little bit more like a plush animal than just like a pillow. Like I wanted them almost to look like a stuffed animal, be really soft. I was like, I know exactly what fabric I would use for that. And I would draw the designs up myself to make them a little bit more chubby and cute. And my mom's really good at sewing, so I did rope her into this project. And we killed it. When I told her all the things I wanted to different from the example that I was looking at, she actually had things she wanted to do herself, like giving it a 3 to 2 inch border on the outside to make it thicker and like poofier. Anyways, it went really well. I didn't have time to film it at the time because it was a little rushed for time on when I had to have it, because he was going to be in Canada and we wanted to trade gifts at that time. So at the time I thought I'll just do it. We had extra material, extra fabric, and we still have our patterns. So we're going to recreate it today and show you what we did and have a little set for myself, I guess, which is not, I'm not complaining about. But yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what we came up with, and the end result is actually something I'm really proud of. So let's check it out. Last time we created these, I made these custom stencils, or like a pattern that we were going to use for it. So we just kept those to use for this one as well. We had to decide between some of the different animals and pick which animals were going to work for this project. So I chose an elephant because I thought it was pretty identifiable even if we made it a little bit thicker. And I really liked the donkey. I thought that one was super cute. We are doing the elephant on the white kind of plush fuzzy fabric that we picked out, and then the donkey we're doing on a light pink fabric. We decided to have a 1/2 inch seam allowance on this, so we actually went around first measuring that 1/2 inch around and then cutting it out of the fabric, just so that when we sew it, it doesn't lose its shape. And then as well as on these pieces of fabric, we used the end piece to cut off to have that 2 inch thick seam that we put around the outside of them to make them more plushy. So this is where we cut that 2 inch thick seam. It's just easier when it's aligned with the bottom of the fabric to keep it in a straight line. We only have to cut one side. Then we just pinned the whole length of the seam around the outside of the one of the animal shapes. We did this. It's the same process for both of them. I only really show the process of the elephant because it's like when I do these videos when it's a first time trying something, I'm not teaching you guys how to do what I'm doing. I'm mostly just showing you the process that we took. I like to explain what we're doing just so that you know what you're looking at, but besides that, I'm not going to go into too much detail. Again, also, I didn't really do the sewing, so I don't want to think that I can tell you how to do this. But we essentially just pinned them all around the outside and left a little gap, and then my mom goes in with the sewing machine and sews it together. Once we've sewed those two pieces together, we just repeat this on the other side. We pin the backing piece up against it and sew it back to that seam as well, still leaving the hole in the bottom. We're going to use that to, one, sew on the pom-poms, and two, to stuff them in the end. But once we have finished sewing it together, then that is up to me to hand sew in all the pom-poms. I bought a pack of a bunch of pom-poms, but I picked out colors of the ones that I wanted to work with. So I had a little color palette that kind of matches the circus animals. And then I hand sew each pom-pom on. I kind of place them where I think they would look good. I take a picture on my phone to keep a look at that placement as I'm putting them in one by one and sewing them in, because they can't all stay in place when I'm sewing one at a time. The footage that I filmed of me sewing them on by hand, I actually was using too thick of a thread and switched it up a little bit later, so this one is a little bit of a struggle. But once these were all on, my mom hand sewed the closure, and this was the final result after they were all stuffed. They are so cute. I'm actually really glad that we were ended up making a second set. I love these, and I'm so happy that my friends got to enjoy them, but now I get to enjoy them, which is really fun. They're so cute, and it does make me want to do some other kind of little plushies or stuffed animals, but as I wasn't the one who did the sewing, maybe that's why it was so enjoyable. So I'll probably have to consider that if I'm wanting to do it again. I don't know if my mom will want to be roped into too many more projects, but we were both really happy with how these turned out, and I'm so glad we got to share them with you guys. Thanks, guys. Bye.